Well, welcome everybody to the NEC and the Practical Classic Car and Restoration Show. It's now late on Thursday, actually. It's about 6:45 in the evening, and I've been here most of the afternoon. There's been a hive of activity around here with people getting set up ready for the show. I'm actually here displaying my vehicle, so just behind me there you can see we've got the Mark 1 Megane Coupe. We've got a lovely Velsatis on the end. They're getting very rare these days. And we've got a original Renault 5. There's actually an Alpine Turbo. So again, really nice little lineup we've got there. Obviously, once the stands are all set up, it's a bit of a frantic race to get the cars looking spick and span, all ready for display. And obviously, if you've got the time, do pop down. The show's on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and there are numerous halls all full of different classic vehicles. So on the Renault Owners Club, we're actually in Hall 5, stand 50, and we're actually directly opposite the Citroën Car Club stand. That's always an interesting stand. They get some interesting displays on there. In fact, last year they actually had a display with their hydro pneumatic suspension, which I found quite fascinating. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of good stuff on there. We've also got 2CV GB as well. Again, they always often get an interesting selection of 2CVs and 2CV derived vehicles. Of course, I will be doing a more in-depth video over the weekend if I get a chance, that is. Obviously it's a restoration show, so I'll be spending a bit of time on the stand and doing a few jobs on the vehicle as well. Now, I've only actually been in Hall 5, even though I've been here most of the afternoon, so I couldn't tell you what's actually in any of the other halls yet. In fact, I've not really had a good walk around this hall that I'm in, so yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's here. I know that Jake from the Fuel Power channel's actually here already. He's actually displaying his car, Millie the Mini, so if you do come into Hall 5, do take a walk over and check that out. Quite a strange feeling actually being in here when, like I say, only a few hours ago a lot of these carpets weren't down, cars weren't in here. You know, there were trailers in and out with dropping off vehicles. As I say, a lot of these cars are restoration projects, so even though you will see quite a few really nice pristine cars on display, like on the Pride of Ownership stand here, you will also see a lot of cars that are literally rolling shells, if that. Like I say, this is just me doing a quick film on a mobile phone. I'm actually not going to be at home tonight, so I haven't really got the ability to edit a proper video, or not a video to the usual standard with footage from cameras that are obviously stored on memory cards. Oh, Lotus Esprit, I've always fancied one of those. I think we've actually got a few sort of MG Rover and British Leyland groups in here by the look of it. Actually, one car that I did see come into here earlier on, which really caught my attention, was this one. Yep, a TR7, but not like any TR7 you've seen before. In fact, somebody said to me they thought, oh, is that the Lynx? No, it's not the Lynx. This is actually a Crayford conversion, a 2+2 estate. So yeah, go find another one of them. The TR7 often gets a bad rap, and when I actually drove one, it was actually a lot better than I expected. And as I say, we've got a mixture of pristine and restoration. So this Metro Owners Club here, obviously we've got a couple of very nice examples on the end, and then we've got a rolling shell in the middle. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if there's any work planned to go on with that one. We'll have to see over the course of the weekend. Again, Montego there, that's obviously a restoration project. And behind it a rather tidier example. Do love to see an R8. We've got the Rover Tomcats here. A while since I've seen one without a boot spoiler. Jake Bill's Mini City, affectionately known as Millie the Mini. But as I say, there's a lot to see here, so I will try and film a bit more over the course of the weekend, but best thing you can do is get yourselves down here and see what's on show, because like I said, there's going to be a lot to see. Yeah, so we're actually located not far from the Sporting Bears. So if you come into Hall 5 and you see Sporting Bears in the corner, just look to your left, and then the next big roller shutter over there, we're just to the left hand side of that roller shutter. So yeah, do get yourselves down if you can. It would be great to meet some of you guys in person, so come and say hello. And as always, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in another video very, very soon, or maybe in person. Thanks for watching.